huge question. In the day that the Mishkan, the tabernacle, was built, our holy rabbis teach that Hashem was happy as the day that heaven and earth was created. And in the Holy Torah, Parashat Shemini, it says, Vayehi bayom hashmini, and it was in the 8th day. And it's known, and it's very awkward, since every place in the Holy Torah it says the word Vayehi, it's mean anguish, sorrow, unhappiness. So what the case? Who was in anguish? Who was unhappy? And the Midrash teach us that the angels said, Oy vey, they were very unhappy that Hashem, God, leaves them and come to dwell among Klal Israel on the land. The Becholim, firstborn, were very unhappy because right now the Kehuna is not in their hand and it's moved to the tribe of the Kohanim. All the nation of the world was in anguish and fear. Until now, God bless He was fighting the wars of the Jews. And what's going to be right now when the Mishkan, the tabernacle, is built and Hashem going to dwell among Klal Israel? Oy vey, how much He going to take care and help the Jewish nation. Another explanation that's brought is that God Himself says, Oy vey, and He was, so to say, unhappy. And we need to understand, we just build the tabernacle, a place that Hashem going to put His omnipresence among us. Why He was in anguish, so to say. And we're going to explain with a story. There was a king, and he had a nudnik wife, a wife that's bugged him, nudged him non-stop, always complained. He thought, what can I do? And he came with an idea. He bought and arranged beautiful, expensive linen and material to make clothes, and he asked from his wife, please, so make me a beautiful kingship garment so I can use it to special events and everybody gonna see how good you are in what you're doing. When the clothes was prepared and she brought it to the king, it was amazing. But the king screamed, Oy vey, no! Right now, I hope she's not going to come back and start nudge me again. And also, Klal Israel, when we were in the desert, we complained on God, complained on Moshe, complained on Aaron. What God blesses He did? He commanded us to build the tabernacle, Mishkan, a place for Him to be among us. And all the days that Klal Israel was building and was busy in the building of the tabernacle, they didn't complain. And since all the preparation over and it's built, Hashem was in sorrow, so to say. Why? Because He was afraid that right now Klal Israel gonna come and complain again because they're not busy anymore. Rabbi Schlossberg explained that extra time, free time, is the worst thing, is the most dangerous thing. As our holy rabbi said, that batala, undoing, bring into boredom, and boredom bring into sin. On Avraham Avinu, Yehoshua bin Nun, David HaMelech, it was said, Zaken Rabbi Amir. He was elderly, wise, and come with all his days. That means they filled all the days of their life, all the seconds of the day, and they never wasted time, always in holiness and how to come closer to Hashem and bring others closer to Hashem. Akavia ben Me'alel teach in Pirkei Avot, and you should know in front of who you're going to give din v'cheshbon, judgment in the next world. And the Gaon Mivilna explained what's din on the avera, on the sin itself, and the cheshbon, the calculation, on the time that you did the sin. Since this time, if you would use it to learn, to do good deeds, you're going to be able to get something. Right now, you need to pay for the time that you lost. The Chafetz Chaim Zichrono Levracha explained that if right now a guy going to go to his friend in the street and said, yo, can you give me $1,000? I said, give, not rent or anything. Can you give me $1,000? The guy going to say to him, most probably, what, I'm an ATM here? And if you're going to ask $10,000, $100,000. The guy just gonna turn around, say this guy is mucho loco, crazy on all his head. I don't need this kind of friends. But if you're gonna come and approach his friend and said, yo man, I must speak with you about something, for sure the answer gonna be, gladly, please. How can I help? And they're gonna speak for 30 minutes, an hour. Money he's not gonna give, but time, plenty. I got all the time of the day. And this is a mistake. Since David HaMelech said in Tehillim, Mi ha'isha chafetz chaim, who's the man who's yearn, who wants life? The one who loves days. That means we must love the time, the day we got. Use it to holiness. Time that's past is gone. In the future to come, in heaven, Be'ezrat Hashem, our holy rabbi said that each person gonna get, so to say, burned from the canopy, from the place that his friend is above him, so to say. And the Mesilat Yesharim explained, it's not because of envy. We're not envy, that's for sure. But it's gonna be a simple understanding that a person had the ability to reach higher, to do more when he was alive. The Gaon Mivina explained that after death there are going to be 7 kind of judgments. And he said that the worst of all of them is when a person is going to see what he was able to achieve and actually he didn't because he wasted his time. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should utilize our time every second. Red light, think a Mishnayot. You're standing in the line, think Torah, smile to people, spread the love of Hashem in the world. Don't waste your time. And by that, we're going to be able to reach higher and higher in this world and the next world. Nachat Ruach Klal Yisrael, Parashat Shemini.